I'm mad right now.
Yo, y'all already know how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. With my two brothers and shit, Jay and Cash. Apologize for the lateness, but don't worry about it. We're gonna figure this out. Yo, you can't knock us, man. You can't knock the hustle, man. We ain't Brooklyn, we Queens, man. We gonna get this right, ladies and gentlemen, man. But shout out to everybody out there who's a Knicks fan. We're gonna eventually want to see y'all comments to talk about what y'all think about some of the topics that we're gonna talk about tonight. And we want y'all to give us a critical information because we're gonna either push back or we're just gonna agree with y'all because we feel probably the same way about some of the way y'all feeling. Salute to y'all,
Facts.
New York.
Peace.
All right, let me get back. Let me get back in. Salute, salute. Man, technical difficulties. I'm tight, boss.
Yeah, what happens?
Yeah, I don't like it
Not to
happening. All right.
us, though. Not to us.
That's it.
I want to welcome everyone back to Real Sports Talk, New York's new #1 sports talk show. We are the voice of the streets. Allow me to reintroduce myself. It's your boy Cash. You know, I got Jay and my boy Q with me. What's going on, fellas?
Yo, regular
Yo,
shit.
yo.
It's good to be back. There's a lot happening in the sports world. A lot of shit happening in New York. We're gonna get into it though. We got how's your week, y'all?
Week has been fucked up, man. You know, a lot of working and shit. A lot of
Word
working, a
up.
lot of stress. So
Uh
if y'all watching right now, if y'all tapping in, ignore that call number on the bottom of the screen. We had some technical difficulties. We'll get that done soon. But yeah, the week was crazy. How about y'all? Y'all week was good? Jay been super busy.
Negativo.
the work's
Negativo,
been the
man.
work. It's just been, just I've been trying to make it to there you go. I've been trying to make it to this moment so I can pop shit. Have a beer too. You know what I'm saying? A shot or two with my brothers. You know what I'm saying? And just talk sports. This is what I would like to do every day,
Yes.
and that's it.
Me too.
Cook some food,
Word up.
maybe eat some good food,
Yep.
talk sports, watch sports, exercise, and then rest, and that'll do it. That's
Yep.
the life.
Bro.
That's what I would love to do too. That's what I'm that's
That's
what the goal is.
that is the plan. That is
You
the
know what I'm
plan. That
saying?
yo word. Hell yeah.
That's the motherfucking plan. But let me ask y'all this, man. What's the next plan? You know what I'm saying? Because
Get Giannis.
get Giannis, man. Listen, oh man, like the Knicks lose again last night, right? And I listen, I'm frustrated, man. And I feel like I give the same spiel probably every fucking other week here, but I have to do it. It's like the prerequisite to the points I'm gonna make or whatever, right? And I'm super frustrated, man. As a lifelong Knicks fan, I can't lie to you. I'm a little concerned this year. All right, hold on. Let's go back for a second. Listen, we all loved the team last year, right? Can we all agree on that? Team last year was
1,000%.
was gritty, at heart, right? And they made it to the second round. They fell a little short. They got run down. Uh, but they were gritty and they had heart, right? So we loved the team last year, and I even loved the teams from previous years, man. And they all kind of fell short the last couple of years. But the one thing that gave me optimism was you saw progression under these Knicks teams, right? Going back from the pandemic team to, when they were surprise 4 seed, and then, going back to like Nerlens Noel and Miller Keenan, all these guys. Julius was there and RJ was there, right? All these teams, but you saw progression in the Tom and Leon, the last couple of years, and saw evolution in the Knicks in terms of like team building, uh, not making stupid moves, being very frugal and stockpiling draft picks and just making small moves. Something we haven't saw in the past as as a Knicks organization and New York and Knicks fans. You know, um, and then you go, okay, so yeah, third place, second round. They did that a couple years. A lot of draft picks, trade assets, money to spend. It's time to make the big move, right? It's time to make the big move, quote unquote, that puts us over the top, right? That's like what every team does, right? They build up, they get draft picks, they start fundamentally from the ground up, and they build out, and then they get the big move that puts them over the top, right? So we get the big move. First domino to drop was who? Was Mikal Bridges, right? Blessed them with 5 draft picks, whatever, whatever. Everyone is hype. I think it was like in the middle of a Yankee game or something. Everyone was hype. Second move, I'm all thinking like, what's going to be the move? Is it going to be a Giannis? What top tier player is going to be? And we heard the rumblings of Julius Randle, Cat for a while, even before like the OG trade. But they go out and they get Cat, right? Cat Bridges, okay. And I'm thinking to myself, listen, Leon and Tom Thibodeau have done well. I'm just going to trust them. We've done episodes on that, and Tom we trust, and Leon we trust. Leon Rose, the Godfather, right? But when they get Cat and they get Mikal, it totally changes the DNA of the team, right? They go from a defensive team with a great bench, right, to a superior offensive team with a bad bench. You know what I'm saying? Like it almost totally flipped if you think about it. It's bugged out if you think about it, right? It totally flipped. The deal, we lose Julius, we lose Devo, 2 players are crazy hard who we loved. Got Cat. I love Cat, but Cat's just a different player. And I want to give my prayers out to Cat. You know what I'm saying? I know he's going through a difficult time. I don't want to speak too much on it. I don't know if you heard about it, but his wife, he's sick or something like that. So
Yeah.
shout out to Cat. That's why he wasn't playing the other day. But Cat is just a different type of player. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he's soft. He's just not a defensive player. He could put buckets in all day, correct? Um, but we went back now. Let's fast forward to this last couple of weeks, right? What's the saying? We can't beat the elite teams, right?
Yeah.
We faced a couple of elite teams these last few weeks. Boston,
Hmm.
Cleveland got blown out. We already know about that. But everyone's worried that we can't beat the elite teams. Okay, boom. We lose to Boston and Cleveland, get smacked. We play Memphis. Memphis a
Good
good
win.
team, right? I
Got
wouldn't
the
say
same
they're
record.
elite,
Got the same
but I
record
think
as us.
they're good. They got some good pieces. John Morant, Desmond Bain, Jalen Wells. They have size and Edie and Jaron Jackson. I like Jaron Jackson a lot. I think he can rebound a little bit better, but he's still a good player and they have some good pieces. So I thought that was a good win, even though it came down to the fourth quarter. We beat them in heroic clutch fashion, right? Jalen Brunson, OG Ananobi, right? Great. Next, Heat, right? Heat aren't as good as they were in the past. They lost Jimmy Butler, but it's this lifelong rivalry we had. They still have a good pieces, right? Bam, Tyler Hero. They have some good pieces in place, and plus we hate them. Boom. We mimicked the Memphis win with some more fourth quarter heroics, right?
Heroics.
Even though we should have probably put it on them, whatever.
Big
So some
comeback
people
too.
are like,
19 points down.
yeah, a team like the Heat, like can't even run them off the road. And I'm looking at it like, man, they're learning how to win. I think me and Q had this little discussion a little bit. Are they, they're learning how to win in tight spots and in clutch situations. Um, Jimmy's gone from that was the key. So listen, let me ask you guys this. That's a long-winded way of saying with the way they played thus far, right? And I'm gonna go into what Greg Anthony said in a minute, but do you think this team can win a championship presently constructed this year? I usually go to JQ. I'm gonna go to you first. I'll let your boy.
Yo, hey, you guys know my answer. You know my answer. No.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
No, we cannot win a championship currently constructed, man.
mm-hmm.
Like I don't care what anybody says because all the facts you just laced about all the games that we were close and
Right.
man, like what shouldn't even have to happen. Why are we down by 19 against the Heat without
Mm-hmm,
Jimmy Butler?
mm-hmm.
Like I don't care if Jalen Brunson and Cat is hurt. Like it should not happen. It didn't happen last year. And I think one of the biggest things was I think people had more than enough time to prepare for this Nick team that they're seeing right now. Even though they didn't see us play and it took a time, it obviously took some period of time for us to all gel together. Obviously we didn't get all groovy, until like 30 minutes, but you know what I mean? After
Piece of G had a
that,
character guy.
last year, yeah, piece of G, but remember last year, like how we really started kicking it off? What
Mm-hmm,
happened? We got OG. That was
mm-hmm,
crazy mid-season. We did something mid-season. All
Mm-hmm.
the big moves we did was off season this for this 2024 team.
Yep.
Last year was get OG. Boom. They're like, oh, what the fuck? Now these Knicks is trying to do something.
Yeah.
Boom. Whatever he gets hurt, Randall gets hurt. Yo, it was just obstacles. OG comes back. We make a run. Mitch comes back. Mitch gets hurt. We still living and dying. Now it's just like, oh, wait, hold on. Yo, these guys ain't gelling. You don't think the good teams who've been playing well together for multiple years, probably like the Celtics. Like, I don't expect like if we see the Celtics in any of the number of the rounds, oh
Mm-hmm.
my god, they're gonna probably sweep us, bro. They're gonna sweep us. They'll be like, yo, these guys are already tied. These niggas already played a 12,000 minutes each, the starting
Yeah.
lineup, bro. And that's not how you win the games. And I go this by saying I say that just to say this is we're just not a team right now. Yeah, we can win. There was just different energy. I don't know if anybody. I'm not really big on that energy or psychic stuff, but there was an energy last year because we saw a Nick team that we haven't felt proud about and happy to actually see win in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw for the future. And now we
Mm-hmm.
see this team, and it's almost like it's balancing out now. It's like and almost diminishing now. Like, because yeah, we're still a good team, but I really don't see that many improvements. Usually, when you're supposed to make improvements, we're supposed to win those games that it comes down and you know what I mean. Like, if we have a tremendous third quarter against a team like the Celtics, why do we have such a very poor fourth quarter against the Celtics and still lose by 15? Like that, see, that shouldn't happen. The game was basically tied
Mm-hmm.
at that point, and that's an elite team. And we can't even get close to the Cavs and Thunder. Like that game is just a walk in. I don't even care who's playing. We can have all of our starters play all 48 minutes, and I guarantee you, we still gonna lose. And you could, and I don't know if it comes down to just the conditioning, but like I don't know if these guys are just worried about it, but there's no perimeter. You know what I really think it is, and this is my point.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just some of the players that we got, like Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns. We didn't really anticipate what type of outcome and product they were really going to give us. We expected that Mikal Bridges to be the Mikal Bridges who would be able to drive to the basket and be that money hungry, defensive player and, make sure he runs over that screen and try to go for that block. Or if he foul, he's going to foul hard and hound you all day, all game. Really not doing that. Karl Anthony Towns kind of switched it up, but because now he has to be that big guy because we don't have Mitch.
Wait. Two giant goofballs. Why does Jalen Brunson look like a zombie? Because he just finished playing the Celtics in that picture. Anyway. Yeah.
But yeah, I have no, and it hurts me to say this. We're still, I still think we're like the third best team in the league, but I still think that at one point I thought we were like second, but
Mhm.
from what I've been seeing lately, it's too consistent. We're shooting very poorly from the three. Even when Mitch comes back, I don't think we have enough time to understand and figure it out. It
Well,
took us
Mitch is
this
back.
Bitch is back.
no, but I mean,
Like,
by
oh,
the time
full.
he's back, when,
Right,
he- when
right,
he's
right. Full
when he's
throttle.
fully
Yeah.
back, because
Yeah.
that's going to take another 4 or 5 weeks, and then that's the playoffs. So, but
Mhm.
I need him to already be in that mode, and I needed the team to all gel together. Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns. There's moments where you see them and they just look like they don't know what to do. I don't know if it's because Jalen Brunson has the ball in his hand, but to be honest, if it's not, like, is Conti Towns gonna make the shot, the clutch shot? Is he gonna make the good pass? Because from what I've been seeing, Jalen Brunson's been doing exactly what he's been asked to do, what he needs to do, and it's the reason why we win most of those games. And I don't think the same outcome would happen if Conti Towns and Mikal Bridges was in the position. Is it too early for them? But I think they got to understand their roles, and I think these are two guys that came over two teams that they were the best guys and main guys, and now it's just not that's not the case anymore. And I don't know what the locker room is like, but I think they need to figure it out and understand. Like, let Brunson do what he needs to do, and understand your role, player. and it'll all work out. But I think it's taking way too long to figure it out because like, we just got him, and now they're talking about Giannis. Like that's just Leon Rose backing down his decision. Like, yo, I backed up, I fucked up, bro. My bad. Let me give y'all another ill dude.
What is this? You want to read this comment? Two Giant Goopers. One of my favorite Giant shows, by the way. Shout out to those guys, man. I watch them all the time. They're really insightful, very smart show, very entertaining. I really enjoy their show. So shout out to them, and hopefully we could do some collabs at some point. But I remember Knicks fans just wishing they were in the top half of teams for years. Enjoy this run. Also, you know who else remembers? Petridge Farm remembers. Right. Listen, true indeed. But let me say something. Let me say something. You can say that shit. And respectfully to a Knicks fan who's been around for the last 5 years. I've been a Knicks fan since 1986. Time's running out. You know what I'm saying? I need a chip. I'm not, forget about enjoying the run and all that. We need a chip. Anyway, but good point. Good point. Listen, let me play this clip real quick. And then, Jay, I want you to elaborate and give your thoughts on this. This is BT and Sal kind of talking about what we talked about what we're talking about now. Tell me what you think it is.
To play 2 months of locked in, tough, against elite teams, the quality of basketball required to win a championship. I still don't see it.
Yeah, and I understand why you would say that. I'm just saying I need to see it first. I need to see what this group could do in the postseason, especially when they're fully healthy, which is obviously not the case right now. So getting Mitchell Robinson back has helped. They have an issue defending. That's been an issue all year long. Still again last night defending the three. Now when they're going to hit their shots. See, that's why the NBA game in today's day and age is weird. Like, well, how come the Knicks lost? Well, they didn't make their shots. Okay, how come the Knicks won? Well, they were lighting it up from downtown. Like, it shouldn't just be about shot making, do or die. And a lot of it is. I think I need to see the Knicks be more consistent defensively, whether it's inside, outside, doesn't matter, and be a little tougher. But they also are built to have, they can't win without, they're not going to be able to beat good teams without Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's the same thing we saw last year. So they're like, if you take away Karl Anthony Towns and you don't have the guys that they had last year, Hartenstein, DiVincenzo, they're not as good. The reason why they made these all-in moves was Karl Anthony Towns. Like, he was the focal point of that. Yeah, Bridges is a big piece, and he's got to be better. End of story. Like, Bridges has to be better with this team. But they need Karl Anthony Towns on the floor. So without him last night, I'm not going to go nuts. I need to see this group. I would lean, like if I had to bet my life on it, that they won't succeed in the postseason. But they
won the championship.
So that's kind of like the sentiment around Knicks Town. You know what I'm saying, Jay? You know, we have this discussion a lot, but it's relevant. You know, what are your thoughts, my guy?
All right, so let's start here. There's an old saying that is, "You are what your record says you are." Is that accurate? Would you guys agree with that?
Right, that's Bill Parcells, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So if I was to come out and just ask that question, you'd probably agree with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are what your record says you are. So here's my pushback to everyone that's kind of saying the sky is falling. Right now, currently as it stands, we have a 65% win ratio versus last year when we finished the season, we finished with a 61% win ratio, right? We finished at 50 wins and 32 losses, 61%. And right now we currently stand at 40-21, which is 65% win ratio. We have 21 games left in the season. If we win 50% of the games, or 52% of the games, I should say, we will finish with a better record than we finished with last year, which ultimately, if you are what your record says you are, that makes us a better team. Now, I understand the continuity piece. I understand the space that people are uncomfortable because it doesn't look like the same thing, but the results are different. The results are a little bit better if you really look at it through a mind's eye. There's a lot of basketball left to be played. I understand 21 games is less than a quarter of a season of basketball, but in 21 games, a lot can happen because guess what happens? Guess what happens at the end of the season? Teams get hot or they go ice cold. We got Mitch back. Mitch is going to eventually return to form, hopefully. That little foot drunk motherfucker. Hopefully he returns to form and he starts to give us the defensive powers that we need as well as the rim as well as the rebound that we need on the offensive side. Teams that have the 3-point shooters and they go cold, they don't end up with 2 and 3 shots because that's how it ends up fucking us over. So when everybody gets all chaotic, I can't do that because at the end of the day, we still on paper, our record shows our record shows that you are what the record says you are. And just to answer two giant goofballs, for sure, I am the fucking problem. I got this shirt. Aaron sent this shit directly to me as they ushered him roughly out of fucking stadium.
Across the locker room into the Giants fucking locker
Yo,
room.
get out of here. Jay made the logo and the shirts and delivered it personally to Aaron Rodgers and threw a donkey bag of dog shit, lit it on fire, and ran out.
Absolutely, and ran away. And when they bumped him up on the way up out of there. But the long and the short of what I'm trying to bring out to you guys is, and and I don't want to make this diatribe any longer.
Yeah,
we have to just allow it to play out. You're like both of you are right in regards to how the team should play.
Yeah,
I just think we have to allow it to unfold the way we want it to unfold, and it can. We took a loss last night that I don't think that we should have took to Golden State, but
absolutely.
I think, but I'm not gonna be. And again, I'll bring this up. I brought it up on the episode when I discussed it about the previous 1 point loss or whatever it was that we had. I don't care how we win. I really don't give a fuck. I've been around for a long time, and I just want to see my team win. So if they win by 1, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't have this fucking ego that says I'm uncomfortable with an ugly win. I'm okay with it. At the end of the day, it added another victory to our record, would put us at the 65% mark. So, well, pardon me, 66% mark if you really think about it. My math was a little bit off, right? So I'm okay with that. All I need is for my team to continue. Stay with me. I need the team to continue to get better. I need us to win 52 to 53% of the games, finish with a better record, and go into the playoffs hot. And then give us an opportunity, give us a chance, go on a run. That's what I'm talking about. We got 21 games to make it so. Hopefully, everything's good with Cat's lady. He comes back. He's fine. Hopefully, Mitchell Robinson starts to perform like we know that Mitchell Robinson could and should perform after damn near a whole year out. Right? All those things should start to fall into place, and then eventually we'll get the product that we want.
Yeah, but we only have about 20 games left.
21.
Like, we don't have much time to we got to be consistent right now. I'm not saying we need to win every 20 games, but we can't look inconsistently. We can't look consistently poor against teams that shouldn't even be playing like that against us. Like right now, what this season has done to us is exposed us. It exposes that we can't defend the three, and we're probably one of the worst shooting threes teams when you just put a body on a player.
Mitch on broken legs.
That's all it really showed us. And it's annoying because that's not what we're about. We're about dog fighting. We're about, you know what I mean? Yo, next player up. Next player up. Man, yo, that quote is the motto is gone. Like, who's the next player up? Like, we can't depend on Huck Porty. We got Bitch coming back. Next player up from who? Shamit? Next player up, who? We gonna campaign? Mikal Bridges is the only player. Mikal Bridges is the only one that's actually doing something.
But Q, at our best, and I want you to look at this like holistically. At our best, are we a better basketball team than we were last year? At our best. Think solely about that. Think about think about some of the wins that we did see this year. We didn't see those types of wins last year against anybody.
Yeah,
not those blowouts that we were experiencing. Those ass kickings that we were laying around.
No, but we didn't only just give ass kickings, but we also came back from ass kickings that we didn't even have. We were getting bullied, and we were the ones who just like, yo, give me back my money that you just stole, and came back and won those games.
The biggest comeback that we've had in the last 3 years was the day before yesterday at 19 or yesterday.
No, that was the biggest Miami. That was the biggest one this year.
Yeah, the biggest one this year. Yep.
We came back from like 22 points, I think, from the Bulls last year. We were the number one team with the most comeback wins last year.
And hold on, is that the brand of basketball you want to, or do you want to actually like I don't want to be the comeback kids. So if
Oh,
19 and I stand corrected, if 19 is the biggest comeback from this year, not over the past 2 or 3 years, which is what I'd heard, but let's just say
You
if it's
might
the
be right
biggest
though.
comeback, if it's the biggest comeback over this year, let's just say, right? That's fine. I don't want big comebacks. I don't want to
Mhm.
go through that shit. I want to be in a space where we're blowing teams out, which we've done a lot this year. It was either we were losing or we were busting people's asses and they were sitting these people. The only
yeah,
reason I know that is because I was getting fucked up on my parlays.
but what were
Yeah,
we
yeah,
also
yeah.
doing? It was also in the beginning. It was like the second quarter of the season. It was that 2 month period right before All Star break, and that
Mm-hmm.
time was between like the end of November, mid to end of November, right up before All Star break between February. That's when we caught our stride. Right after we came back from February and All Star break, man, we're looking like we don't even know how to play ball no more, man. Like, yo, we should not be down by 19 points against the Heat. We should not be losing against the Bulls. Like, we should not be having the Hornets. When we played the Hornets, they were shooting our lights out. And then now we have to overplay our starters 38 minutes. Like, that's not good because you know what that says? Damn, we only got 5 good players. These other teams have 8 or 9 good players who could give a run for y'all money. Now, in the playoffs, what's going to happen? Those 5 good players that we have, they're going to get tired. They're going to get exhausted because you play every other day. There ain't no 2 day breaks unless you travel to go to the other person's state. And that's when exhaustion is going to come in. We have 3 players that lead the league in minutes, top 7. And these are our 2 defenders, OG, Hart and Bridges. And I think OG, if he didn't get hurt, he would have been right by Brunson because Brunson is number 7 because we need Brunson on the court.
You
We
know
know
what?
Hart's gonna miss games, like, and this is what I don't want to see. And we don't have that same Hart, and it's not because we don't have Hartenstein, and it's not because we still have Hart and Hart's not performing the way. It doesn't matter. It's just we don't see that same proudness. We don't see
Hartenstein
that
hurt though.
same.
You're seeing a difference between
Yep.
Hartenstein, Devo, and Julius. You're
Yep.
seeing a different like core of a team. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it went from like grits,
I
grind,
agree.
put your hard hat on, strap your boots up. You know what I mean? We bully balling dudes. Tough, tough. You know what I'm saying? To more of a finesse game. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Does it have to be that way, Cash? No, I'm gonna be honest. Only because I'm from New York and I understand what y'all are saying. I swear I do.
yeah,
I'm pushing back only because I'm trying to make it a logical thought process for me. That's how I
yeah.
feel comfortable. But do we have to be that way? Can we win as a finesse basketball team? I believe the answer is yes. We've done it. We've shown that we can. And I don't need to be hot across the next 21. You know where I need us to be hot? Across the last 10. That's where I needed to all come together.
And you have a point there. Absolutely. And I think, you know what? That's a great point. So we got 20 games left. And that's what I want to see. I want to see, before I freak out any longer, I want to
So all
see.
right, so my
Hold up.
question to y'all. So we get hot for the
Hold on. Let me
last
get
10,
this
right?
out. Let me get
All
this
right,
out.
so
Let me get this out.
no, but we get hot for the last 10. Are we gonna have enough gas for the playoffs?
We went pretty far in the playoffs last year, Q, and we got hot in the last 10. Now, granted, we died down, and of course, Jalen broke his hand, but overall, we gave everybody an absolute run for their fucking money. I think we have more talent now than we did during that time period where we could actually make more noise. If we would have went on that run last year with the talent that we have this year, I believe we could have absolutely went all the way.
Here's my thing. I think getting hot and getting hot at the right time, right? We always can reference the New York Giants, that third Super Bowl run
Mhm.
in '07. They got hot at the right time. Um, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna refrain from jumping out the window, even though that's what I revert to every time, fight or flight, you know what I'm saying? The fight or flight response. But listen, let for now, give Thibodeau the benefit of the doubt. Let him tinker with the lineups. Let Mitch get back to being Mitch. You're even seeing a slow decline in points allowed now that Mitch has been back. You know what I'm saying? So, he's not where he's gonna be, but you're starting to see game by game. He had 5 offensive boards last game. That was a good thing. I think he had a block. He's altering shots slow. Like I said, he's not where he needs to be. But I want to get to see Cat and Mitch coexist at the 4 and 5. Right now, it's been kind of like cats in, Mitch's in, cats in, and they might have been on the floor sometimes together in some spots, but you didn't get to see those two gel in that front court as the 4 and the 5, because that opens up a lot of things. You know what I'm saying, lineup wise, right? You maybe you put Mikal on the bench now. Maybe I think one of the problems with Mikal Bridges is, you have Brunson, Cat, and then kind of him and OG split the third role, so to speak, offensively. So I feel like Mikal still doesn't know what I don't want to say what his role is, but when to shoot, when not to shoot, when to try to be aggressive, when not to be aggressive. It's Jalen's team and Cat's team. They're gonna get the majority of the shots, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a big problem with Mikal. But the problem I don't have a problem with that. He's the third, maybe the fourth option, depending on what night you're talking about. My problem is he's getting cooked a lot of times on defense. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if that's a product of, maybe him not being fully engaged all the time because he's not touching the rock. I'm not sure what that is, but I know we have to be tougher defensively. You mentioned Hartenstein, you know what I'm saying? We mentioned Julius. Those guys had toughness, man. Hartenstein got cooked by Embiid last year in the playoffs only because he didn't have the height, you know what I'm saying? But let's tinker with the lineups. Let's see what different things we can do. And then, when Mitch is at full speed and Cat is back, and OG. By the way, let's give OG some props because you see OG starting to round out into form. His he's starting to strap people up again. When he first
he's
came
getting
back,
into playoff form. He's getting into
playoff form. When he first came back, like about a week or so ago. I'm always want instant success. You microwave shit. I want to see the guy who left when he was, but he's strapping people up. The three is starting to drop a little bit. He's starting to be aggressive. He's going through he's getting crazy blocks. His on ball and help defense has fucking been phenomenal. So I want to see how it looks when they all are in form. You know what I'm saying? And once we get to see that, we'll have more data. Then we can make our assessment. But I do know this. Second round, 3 years in a row? Miami, Indiana, and it's probably this year, right? Yeah. At some point, if we lose this year, at some point we're gonna have to make a decision. Now, people are killing me for the Giannis thing. I didn't make the Giannis thing up. Like, you know what I'm saying? People all over Facebook was killing the post. I didn't say that. That's Vegas saying that. So you know what I mean? But
no, but it's all over. Like it's not just Vegas. That there's a bunch of articles out there that you could read that Giannis, and I don't want to see that happen. But I just don't want to look like a New York Knicks team that just keeps going after everybody just to, I understand we got to win now, but dude, like we could win now. Yeah. We would have went far last year if Julius Randle doesn't dislocate his shoulder. We would have went far last year if Mitchell Robinson doesn't fuck up his ankle. We would have been far last year if Jalen Brunson doesn't hurt his arm. You know what I mean? Like it's
nah.
I see what you mean, Jay. I don't want to see Pester making, but I am worried only because, and it's funny because I know y'all niggas.
I have no choice, but
he's a little bit older than me. I know, but y'all niggas a little older than me, and y'all niggas wanted more, but I wanted to, man. Like, trust me, I wanted to, and I watch every game in and out. I look up the stats, and I'm like, yo, why is this happening? I'm looking at the plays, and I'm rewatching it. I'm like, why are you not fighting over that screen? Why are you not defending that guy? Why are you allowing him to just shoot a J? Why you don't just foul him? Like, yo, just play ball, man. Like, it's annoying on some of the things that you see and some of the players that we, retrieved and received that are just not doing what they need to do right now. And
the other piece too, just to kind of piggyback on that, Q. One of the things we get caught up with is like revisionist history, right? So we spend a lot of time and we think about what like our last little bit of success, we saw it based on the shoulders of a more aggressive team. Before that, of course, we could date back to the 90s when the Knicks was just running in and punching motherfuckers in their face.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Victories, right? That was
still in their chains and going through their pockets, bro. That's in your locker room is mine, bro.
They were on that, right? The game itself, there aren't many bruiser teams in the league anymore. I mean, if you wanted to if we sat down, like who do we really name that's like a bruiser, like a really tough team?
I don't know.
That's just not what the league really is anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, we're looking for an entity. Yeah, we're looking for an entity that may not exist in today's NBA, and conformity and the age and all the other things that go along with that have to play a part. We can say, hey, the compilation of Julius and Hartenstein putting their personalities on one team may have created something that we saw where it it mimicked what we were comfortable with from the 90s. The problem with that is, guess what? In the playoffs, we didn't have Julius. So we only had Hartenstein. So even that shit didn't work. So at this point, we have to kind of find a way and find a identity that matches not only just what we are right now, but what actually is successful in the league. And clearly the bully bruiser shit ain't it. So we have to figure out how to be cohesive. Yes, I understand that we need to be a little more tougher on defense. I completely agree that that right now Macau looks a little bit disenchanted with his role in the offense, maybe a little bit not let me not say disenchanted, that's the wrong term. He looks a little bit confused about where he is in the offense, or so on and so forth. But with that being said, I think that the more games we log, the more minutes they log together, I think we'll come to terms. And all we got to do, again, it's a numbers game. We win 54% of the games that we're in. We have a better record than we had last year. I think we'll finish either second or, well, we'll probably finish third. Let me not say second. I think that's optimistic. And then if we win the back half of that 21 games, go into the playoffs hot, and we go into the playoffs healthy, I don't see any reason why we can't make more noise than most people may think. We weren't expected to go where we went last year with with 3 legs on the chair, right? So
yeah,
look at it through that lens. I mean, again, that's just me, being optimistic and wanting
had a
it so bad.
character. G had a character. I think we can win this year.
Listen, I think we can
will
too, but I
win
don't. Listen, if we do win, that's because I talked so much shit and I did.
They had to prove you wrong, right?
Reverse psychology myself,
and they had to prove you wrong.
And that's what I'm hoping I'm doing right now, because I'm not saying they're the worst team. This is a good team, and like I follow, as we all have done. We followed the Knicks for so long. What we done?
Yeah, bro.
What we done all these years? Just bringing a player, and he became a poison, or we created a spark for a short moment and kept Con Ed kept your lights on for 2 years, and then he made you happy because now you had light and heat, and then shit after that, now you homeless again, and you got to figure out how to fucking get your happiness, bro. Like, and they do that every couple of years. and
now that dark place. That was a dark place you took us to. He said, you're repossessing your home.
If you guys come on, man, like, this team, whatever. But no, but I see where y'all going, and maybe you know what, you guys convinced me. You guys convinced me I'm wrong.
Just hold on, like in Vogue.
I need to hold on, and I need to really see this. It's just what really disturbs me is that watching all these games and watching the teams that I know we need to beat in order to even win the championship, and we still can't beat them if they have one player hurt, no player hurt, we're full health, and they got one player hurt. Like, there's always that. Like, the full healthy Knicks team was still having issues with, with the Celtic team, and we were fully healthy. I'm like, oh man, and then we're not fully healthy, but we're playing against a team that's equal now. That team's not fully healthy, and they're still blowing the doors of us. I'm like, all right, it's not right.
You know what bothers me watching the game last night? They keep doing the same things over and over again, getting out in transition. They can't stop anyone in transition. Mm-hmm. They can't even stop, honestly, players and people in teams in half court settings as well. So half court settings, transition, on ball defense. But I'm looking at these stats. 25 points, 25 fast break points to 10 on the Knicks. Knicks are a half court team. They can't get out there. You can't let dudes run all over you, man. You cannot let that do that. And another thing that aggravates me is have some pride. Every time a Steph comes in the Garden, or LeBron comes in the Garden, or a KD, or
they
something,
let them go off.
Yeah, and then they always ask them at the end of the game, oh, what is it like? Basically busting the Knicks fucking ass in Madison Square Garden. Say, oh, it's great, the heritage.
It's the Mecca basketball. It's
always good to win away from home. Like,
and Steve Kerr, and this is what I mean about toughness. You saw Steph, he hit a big shot last night down the stretch, and Steve Kerr was telling him to do the night shit. Come on, man. Stop this shit, man. They should have fucking elbowed the nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, You're not gonna come in here acting up like Draymond Green. We need a Draymond Green, man. 'Cause he ain't having that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nah, but I'm saying that tongue in cheek, so to speak. But now the Knicks, I just there's too much evidence this year, and I know everyone's like, "Oh, you're pessimistic," but there's too much evidence this year of lack of just toughness, man. And it's not about 90s punch you in the face, come in the lane, slam you on the floor toughness. There's a little bit of a balance. You know what I'm saying? Last year, I keep saying this Hartenstein, Mitch, Julius, Devo,
Hard.
Hart. Like it was just, I don't know, there was just a different type of energy
Personality.
around
It
them.
was a personality. It's a
And
personality.
energy. It was more like, like
Yeah.
I don't know, I
An
can't explain
aura,
it.
like an edge. They had an edge to them. They were very
Yeah, you're not just
yeah,
gonna come in here and punk us. You
and
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's not happening like that. Cat is more, and I love Cat. I'm not trying to pick on Cat. He's more smiley, and I want a dude that don't smile. I want a surly, fucking nasty. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfucker
Plastic.
stink. Like he don't even take a shower and shit. Like, yo, that's it. You want to play defense on me? This nigga stink, bro. Like,
Like we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Giannis, that motherfucker's always got an ice grill on. He always mad. He'll smile in the locker room when he's on the court. He's not having that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I don't know. That's our little therapy session for this week, man.
it's just
And do you like so here's the other part, right? Do you mean like because Cat is I get what you're saying about his personality, but he's religiously scraping motherfuckers for 25
On the offense,
choice.
100%.
No problem.
100%.
So I mean, I get it, and I understand the philosophy where a hard foul goes a long way, right? You fuck around, you like a motherfucker try that sucker shit and take one of them. It don't got to be like a brawl or anything. Like I was kind of going a little bit crazy with the '90s reference, but I understand where there's a certain element that of pride that goes along with not allowing motherfuckers to just come in and get busy. You make a motherfucker think twice about certain things just because they know that the energy is there. The energy is different. So I understand that philosophy. I totally do.
Yeah.
But again, every team's not going to have that. And if we don't have it right now, we have to figure out another way. And if it's outscoring motherfuckers, which we can do with the talent that we have in place, and now we're bringing back some defensive pieces, maybe we can slow other teams down a little bit while we outscore them. Then we got to figure that part of it out. We can't get caught up in trying to find an identity at this point. The identity is the identity. We just have to make the identity work for what it is.
Let me ask you this, Jay. That's a great question in Q2. What is the Knicks' identity?
I think
you had to say the Knicks are known for blank, what?
I think they're known for toughness, but not the type of toughness that most people would recognize as toughness, right? I don't think they're known for the toughness where they're gonna scare a team in terms of I think teams feel, a little more confident than they should going against those teams. But I think that they're a team that offensively can outscore anybody. The problem is always going to come down to, can we stop a team from scoring while we outscore them, or at least slow them down enough? So I think we're an offensive team. I think that that's really the identity right now. We're an offensive team. We can play fast at times, but I don't think that we're scaring anybody. But I don't think that a lot of teams want to see us in the playoffs. If that makes any sense or even kind of answers the question, I don't think we have a true identity. I think we're kind of like a hybrid type of a group right now.
If Q, let me ask you this: if you had your choice, who do you want to see in the playoffs first, Cleveland or Boston? That's a hell of a road to have to get through. Cleveland or Boston? What would you say, Q?
Like right now?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
I'd probably say Boston because Porzingis is hurt.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if the playoffs start today, we don't see either one of those two teams.
No, but I'm saying that
he said if it started right now, if the playoffs started right now, we would have played them. It doesn't even matter like the order of things.
I got you.
If our next game was game
I think
one,
we would play Detroit, right? If the playoffs started right now, I'm not sure.
Yeah, if we
Detroit gave us a run for our money. That's another team.
Yeah,
Detroit's playing crazy ball, man.
I think we beat Detroit, but they're gonna.
It was not a nice win. It was not.
No, we play. Yeah, we played
But
Detroit. Yeah.
but let's
Detroit.
think about it, yo. We're gonna play the Celtics, or even if we and I'll only say the Celtics without Porzingis. That's our best chance, and that's if we have Conley Towns and a healthy Mitchell Robinson, or even a healthy Mitchell Robinson and Porzingis. And the only reason I say this is because I want to see them ball together. Like I want to see how these two teams clash together, and not only because I just don't even like. I'm such a lesser fan of Boston, or the most hated fan of Boston, I should say, in the Eastern Conference.
I saw
But
last episode.
you know what I
Hot.
mean? Like, but like the Cavaliers, they still haven't really proved me yet because they really haven't really done nothing. They're playing. They've been playing like hot basketball, like coalition hot basketball, crazy all year.
He said coalition hot basketball.
That shit
What
run.
does that
That
mean?
shit runs out eventually, because
Coalition.
they're like you. These guys have been playing with each other for 2 years, but all of a sudden they all substantially got better, aside from Donovan Mitchell. You know what I
Who, the
mean? Like that.
Cavs?
Yeah. Like they
Yeah.
all like just happen to just gel overnight, and they're like, "Yo, my nigga, this is Voltron, bro. That's it. We gonna just run people over."
Not,
And
not
that's,
overnight, but they really clicked on all cylinders and shit. Because Cleveland's been good for the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? But
no, yeah, but
yeah,
and I mean overnight because we beat them last year. But
Well, the
2
start
years
they
ago,
had
2 years
has a
ago.
lot to do with it. They started extremely hot.
No, we
won
beat them
extremely
2 years
hot.
ago, right?
Yeah, they started extremely
No, did we
hot.
That
beat
was
them
last year. Yeah, we beat them last year.
Last year.
Yeah, we beat them last year, and then that's when we beat
We lost
and
to
then
Indiana.
Indiana.
we lost to the Pacers. Yep.
Why I thought it was 2 years ago. Okay, 2
But
years
they
ago we lost.
started
No,
rocket fuel. Yeah. Who we
No.
played them last year? Or did we
Yeah,
play or did
No,
we
no,
play
no.
Miami? Who did we play?
No, we played. I think we
No.
played Miami the year before.
We lost to Miami in the second round the year before. Last
And
year we didn't play Cleveland last
We
year.
did play
played-
Cleveland.
You sure?
No, we played Cleveland and then Pacers.
Cleveland. We played Cleveland.
Yeah, that was when we had Mitch because Mitch didn't get hurt yet.
No, we played Philly. We played
No.
Philly.
Oh, we played Philly.
That's right. Yeah, we played Philly. Yeah, yeah.
We
played
played
Yo,
Philly.
it's nigga G Wild. Yo, Quest,
Yeah.
where'd you get this shirt? Marshalls or TJ Maxx?
Nah, I got it from Nautica, bro.
Nigga G
Oh,
Savage.
shit.
Yeah, nigga G, yeah. Quest
Oh, my
going
God.
fishing or golfing.
Yo, homie don't even know his shirts, bro. Who the fuck golfing some shit like this?
That's Yo G crazy.
Oh shit.
Nah, that's cute. That's cute people's like that though. But
Yeah.
now what were we saying though? Nah, Cleveland, man. Listen, I think they got good. I think they really put themselves in like serious contention when kind of Garland and Mitchell really started figuring it out how to like rock out together. You know what I'm saying? And Mobley obviously, Jared Allen, they got height. They went and got DeAndre Hunter. What a fucking pickup! Why the fuck the Hawks
That was
would do
crazy.
that shit? I guess the Hawks is on some fire sale rebuild shit. But listen, I'd rather see. I think I'd rather see Boston, bro. Like you said, I think I'd rather see Boston. Cleveland, they just look like they get out on the fast break. They have interior defense. Donovan Mitchell, man, he's a terror, man. You know what I'm saying? He's Jalen Brunson,
Probably.
just mega athletic. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mhm.
And listen, I don't know. Whoever we play, man. But I just know, and it's still early, and we have to see it play out. And I do want to see it play out, but in my mind, from what I've seen so far, I don't know, man.
I'd
it
rather
don't
see
look good.
Cleveland. I'd rather see Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that
After that 40-point beatdown.
yeah, I'd rather see Cleveland, and the reason being is I think that Boston, they get ultra hot from three. And I think that that's a problem. Like that's hard to come back from. And they don't get hot and get cold. Like they get hot and stay hot. Like anybody can kill you from three in any given night, and it's tough to climb back into a game, especially when we're not the greatest 3-point shooting team. With Cleveland, they can shoot the three. You have Strus, you have Garland, you have Donovan who can also shoot the three. But I don't think it's as liquid. I think they go inside to 12 to 15 feet with and Garland, of course, can penetrate, and so can Donovan, and then you have Mobley on the inside. At any given moment, Jared Allen can give you 14, 15 points when he feels like it. He's a hell of a rim protector. Plus, he can absolutely rebound the basketball on both sides of the court. So I think that realistically, that's a good look. But I'd rather take that poison than somebody that can bomb you the way Boston can bomb you. And they could actually, if they get Porzingis back, he can shoot the three. It's just, he stretches the floor. It's just a tougher matchup for me going against Boston, I think, than Cleveland. I think we're more in line to be able to compete against Cleveland based on their style of basketball than Boston's.
No, I agree. I tend to agree with that. They have a complete type of game in and out. You know what I'm saying?
Horford can shoot the fucking three if he needs to. Cornette, what's the other
Price?
kid?
I mean Pritchard.
Pritchard.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of it's a lot of fucking firepower from the outside, and that when you can stretch the floor that wide, it opens the lanes for Jaylen Brown to slash 10, 12, go to the hole if necessary. Fucking Porzingis, you can put him down there on the block if he absolutely has to. Jason Tatum, he can slash if necessary. It's a lot.
Yeah. I think. Only thing with Boston, I think. I feel like we got Cat to kind of mimic how Boston was built. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think last year had we not, and I want to keep going back to last year, but I think last year had we not been decimated by injury and just run it to the ground, and that's another thing with Tibbs. I don't know what it is. If sometimes you'll be online and you'll be talking to different people online on Facebook, and when you bring up the minutes, people they get mad. Oh, minutes police. My man, you want to be fresh for the playoffs, right? And when we got to stop coming into the playoffs beat up and tired, honestly. But I think the way you, and they haven't done this yet, and I don't know if they're built to do this, but I think you gotta be a little bit more aggressive with the Porzingis. And you gotta listen, for the Knicks, one of the worst. I don't know this statistically, but just from the eyeball test, feel like one of the worst teams guarding the three on the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? To go up against one of the best 3-point shooting teams, like you said, Jay, all of them can shoot the three. All of them. You know what I'm saying? And it feels like they could all take it off the dribble too. So, yeah, I don't want to sound like doom and gloom, man, because I'll have egg all over my face if they beat them. But I mean, just watching the game and playing basketball all these years, I just can't see it, man. I think there's gonna have to be a change. It's just my opinion.
What will be the change? If you what's the change?
We're kind of fucked. We're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
We gave up a lot of our assets. I mean, we still have some pieces to make a move, but bro, like we're witnessing greatness with Jalen Brunson, man. Like he came out of left field. Yeah, we knew he was good in Villanova, and he got hot in the playoffs that year with the Mavs. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't know he was gonna be this good when he came over here. I thought like 100 million. Jalen Brunson. I want Spider. Like that's the type of time I was on. I want Donovan Mitchell, and Danny Ainge did that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think like we're witnessing. He's so great, but he's so clutch. I mean, he is fucking clutch as it comes, bro. Like, don't waste this greatness. You know what I'm saying? We have to figure out a way to go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And fingers crossed. Let's see what happens these next. How many games we got? 18?
21.
21? Let's see what happens. Let's hope they gel. But I don't know, like you said earlier, Jay, how you just flip your whole identity with 20 games left. You know what I'm saying? So we're either going to outscore people or we're going to have to stop people. Now, I don't think we can outscore everyone. We can outscore the Detroits and the who else? Like the Pacers and the Heat and Magic and shit like that. But the Celtics and Cavs, I don't think we can outscore them.
Yeah, what was it? We're 0-7 with the top three teams, with 15-0 against the bottom five.
No, we're 0-7 against the top three. Did we beat the Lakers this year? Because low key, watch out. The Lakers is pause.
We play them tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we play them. No, we play them tomorrow.
We haven't played the Lakers at all this year, right?
Yeah, we
played
did.
them once.
Played them once. Yeah,
we
we
beat 'em?
lost.
I can't
We
Yeah,
remember.
lost.
we were away.
So we're
But
0-8 then against the top
but
teams.
they
'Cause
weren't
Lakers is
even.
the top team,
No, but they
We
weren't
weren't a
top
top
three.
team at the time.
but they are now.
No, they're still not top three though. They don't
They
have a
top
better
4.
record. The top four, but we still have a better
Wait,
record than them.
are they top 4? Let's see.
No, they're top five. We still have a
Oh
better
yeah, the
record than
top
them.
5. Wait, Cleveland. No, let me see. What? Yeah. No,
Yeah,
you're right.
because
They're
you
not
got
even.
you got
No, they're not even top 5. No way, I'm bugging out. 1, 2,
Oh, they're not because they're
3,
like 39 wins. They're close though,
3,
because the
4.
Western Conference is way closer. Their top three is like a game away
Yeah,
from each other,
Western Conference is
except from
crazy.
Thunder. But
Yo, look at this: Thunder, Lakers, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Rockets, Warriors, Timberwolves. Even the Kings get busy, and they're like 8th. And even the Clippers too. Wow, and the Mavericks is done. Shout out to Kyrie, man. Sucks for you,
yeah,
really
word.
does. Yo, 1 through 9 is crazy. It's crazy.
Mhm.
Word up, but therapy session. Thank you for hanging out with us during our therapy session. I wanted to get into some other
Done.
topics, but maybe we'll save that for Sunday morning coffee talk. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know what I mean? So
See what?
you said what?
Nah, you know, I thought that would have been a good segment. To bring in to pay the bills real quick. You know what I mean?
You want to pay some bills? Yeah, let's pay some bills, man. Fuck it. We need to
Pay
get
some
that
bills,
done.
man. Word.
We'll,
We haven't
we'll
done it in
chop it
some
up and throw it
time.
in the front.
Word. Yo, everybody already know what it is, man. Underdog Performance Drink. Next evolution. You know what I mean? Underdog's new Patriot Pop flavor delivered a bold, refreshing blend of cherry lime and blue raspberry flavors, embodying the spirit of freedom and determination. After the success of the original UD Energy formula, this updated formula focuses on clean, sustained energy and mental clarity, removing beta alanine and ATP for a streamlined approach to fueling peak performance. You heard? Crafted for athletes who push boundaries and live to defy the odds. This drink is your ultimate tool for focus, energy, and recovery without compromise. With no artificial additives and no sugar-free flavor, it's as clean as it is effective. Make sure to buy yours ASAP and use the promo code RealSportsTalk10. All right, for an additional 10% off your first purchase. And remember to go visit the website for other stuff as well. They have other gear at udenergy.shop.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Shout out Underdog.
Shout out
Shout
Underdog.
out.
And with that being said, we'll see you on Sunday. We up out of here. Real Sports Talk. Make sure you like and subscribe. Stop fronting on us. You heard?
Word up.
Peace.
Peace.